welcome back to PlayStation Live from E3. Malik here with Ryan once again, and we are joined by Anu from Deep Silver Volition to talk about Agents of Mayhem. I am a big Volition fan. Love Saints Row. Been a fan since back in the days of Red Faction Guerrilla, which is a cult classic in my opinion.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about Agents of Mayhem. You guys are getting pretty close to being finished with the game. How's everything tracking?
It's doing great. I mean, we're really close. We got everything pretty much in the game. We're just doing our final testing and polishing and just getting it ready to get out the door.
That's the most relaxed answer I've ever heard for a how's it coming along. You're like, it's great. Everything's almost done.
Yeah.
We're doing good. And I just got to ask right off the bat. I mean, Agents of Mayhem seems like it has the DNA of Saints Row. I mean,
Yes.
it's this bombastic action. It's huge personality.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big open world spaces. I mean, this is you guys kind of learning from all the things you've come before, right?
Yeah.
Pushing it. Oh, and here we go. We're going to give you this guy.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Thanks.
Oh, it's for me.
Oh,
For you.
Hi.
There we go.
My question still stands. I
Right.
still got to hear it.
yeah. I mean, for us, Saints Row is a big part of the Volition DNA, and we knew anything we wanted to do next, we wanted to be based in that sort of that tone and that feeling.
Right.
And so we even brought back like some of the characters. Pierce Washington from Saints Row is Kingpin.
Yeah,
and Oleg is Yeti.
Right.
And then we recently announced Johnny Gat is back as
Right.
a pre-order incentive.
A classic.
A classic. You gotta have
Daniel
Johnny Gat in
Kim
there.
is doing his
Right.
voice again, so we're super excited about that.
I mean, it's funny. A lot of people probably don't even know this, but Agents of Mayhem actually takes place in the Saints Row universe, correct?
Yeah, well, it's sort of what we call an alternate reality
Alternate
take.
reality.
So at the
Gotcha.
end of Gat Out of Hell, Saints Row Gat Out of Hell, Johnny Gat basically, one of the choices he can take is to remake the universe. And that's what we sort of took Agents of Mayhem is, this is one of those versions of that universe where he was a cop in Seoul. So.
Right. It's pretty crazy. I have to ask, speaking of Johnny Gat, was it you guys' plan to implement him in the game going in, given that Gat Out of Hell kind of was the lead-in?
Yeah, I mean, we always had plans for Gat. The biggest question we had is when we wanted to use him, and basically we felt once we had a lot of the game done, let's bring him in. We knew people would be excited to see him again.
So tell me a little bit about what differentiates, Saints Row and your guys' past from what you're pushing towards in the future. What do you guys really want to do with Agents of Mayhem?
So the big thing with Agents of Mayhem is in Saints Row, you got to customize and build your own character, and you sort of invested yourself in that character. With Agents of Mayhem, we wanted you to feel that sort of G.I. Joe feeling. So each of these agents is unique. You hopefully you'll identify with them, but they are their own characters. They bring their personalities, their powers, their look, and we wanted you to really be able to pick out the three that you liked, or however many ones, and take them out with you and really experience the world of Agents of Mayhem with these new characters.
Right. And I like that in the gameplay you can kind of switch them on the fly too.
Yeah.
That to me, what was kind of the thought process behind making that a key point to the gameplay?
Again, we wanted you to feel like you were running this agency, and you didn't need other people to do that, but you need to have a few agents to do that. So we thought, you got to pick your squad of 3, you go in, you're not worried about what they're doing, you just want to use their abilities when they're available.
When they're available, right. Instead of having like any downtime, do it right then and there.
Bring them in and just do it.
Yeah.
How about from a gameplay perspective? Like, what are you guys doing here that you've never been able to do before and that you've really refined systems?
I think for us, the look of the game is very important, and that's something that we didn't necessarily, not that we couldn't do, but it wasn't apparent for doing of Saints Row. With Agents of Mayhem, because we have this sort of cartoon inspiration, this background, we were able to create a look for a game that I think you don't really see in any other game, and I think it comes off very well.
Right.
Got that classic purple.
I know, right? Got that purple
I don't know
hue.
what the official name of the color is, but it looks good.
Is it violet,
looks good.
purple?
We call it the
hue?
Saints Row purple, baby.
Okay,
Saints Row purple?
that's fine. Well, it's Agents of Mayhem purple
Now it's
Agents of Mayhem purple. Yeah. So about how big is the map in Agents of Mayhem? Because it looks kind of massive.
It's pretty large. It's not as quite as large as some of our previous Saints Row games, but we have a lot of density. There's a lot of verticality in the city. Triple jump and get to high places. Also, we have underground Legion layers that you go and explore, and they're basically everywhere. So there's a lot of space, even though the map itself isn't as wide.
And we're seeing some of that right now with this gameplay. We're kind of the vertical traversal.
Yes.
Everything looks so nice. I just love how in this look that you guys have, those colors, those lights, they pop so much. I mean, I feel like we saw that in your previous work, but it feels like you're really taking it above and beyond for this.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, our artists and VFX guys, animation guys, environment artists, they really killed it in terms of like putting it all together and making it pop.
And you guys like to have fun, I'd like to say. Your
Yes.
games have some fun things in them. I mean, where are you, playing around and kind of messing around, joking around the most in Agents?
So a lot of our agents, they sort of run the gamut from very serious backstories to sort of kind of crazy fun things. Daisy, in particular, when you see her, the reason she joins Mayhem is kind of funny. Won't give it away here.
Oh, what a tease!
But on top of that, the Legion lieutenants, Legions are the bad guy in the game. A lot of them are that we have one. August Gone. He sort of resembles a pop star that you may have seen, and so he's hypnotizing his youth, and that's sort of like our version of a G.I. Joe plot.
Right. I knew you guys were kind of going in the direction of, keeping that snarky comedy when I saw the boss that literally hits you with his balls of energy. It's energy.
It's energy. They're energy spheres, I think.
Something
But he's
like
very
that.
proud of his balls. That's
Yeah. I like that he says that too. He's like, you will never be able to defy the power of my balls.
Exactly.
And he hits you with these things, and you have to. It's crazy to me. But when I see that and I hear that, I get this sense of gratification, because I'm like, it's still that Saints Row comedy that I love. It's that Volition staple. And is this kind of like the mark you're trying to make with all your games moving forward?
I think it's something that we definitely want to. Some games will have it more than others, I think, but really, what we don't want to do is take ourselves too seriously, because we found that works for us and works for our fans and the people who play our games.
Right. Well, even with that being said, I'm still a fan of a lot of the older stuff you guys have done too, going back to, like I said, Red Faction, Guerrilla. What are some of the elements from your previous work that you guys have kind of taken and incorporated into Agents of Mayhem?
So, I mean, we've spent a lot of time doing open world games, Guerrilla in particular. We learned a lot about sort of more free form, sort of make your own choices about how you want to tackle your challenges. And that's a big thing you'll see in Agents of Mayhem, with whether it's a squad loadout or what you decide to do or how you want to tackle a particular challenge in the game.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so go ahead.
I have to ask. I have to ask about player progression, weapons, and vehicles as well. I don't know if we're talking about that or not, but basically those are also staples of your work. And it's also important to see like how you guys want to try and move the player along. Like, how do you keep these agents feeling super powerful, but still give the player some room to grow?
Yeah, so we have a difficulty system where basically you can choose basically about 20 different difficulty levels based on...
A lot of difficulty.
Yeah, it's a lot. And what we do is we look at your agent level and recommend like your average amongst all of them, and then but you can choose to make it harder or easier depending on how well you play games or what you like to do. And then on top of that, our agents level up, that you get different gadgets for them, you can customize them, they get points that you can distribute. So there's a lot of depth in terms of how you outfit and build up your agents and then use that to tackle the challenges.
That's excellent. That's
awesome.
excellent. One thing I really liked about Saints Row, I feel like there's a bit of a community that you guys built with that. So what are some of the ways you guys plan to build like a community around Agents of Mayhem?
So, we respond to a lot of our fans online. We have our forums that we talk to people on Facebook and things like that. And really, we listen to them and say, what are they interested in, and sort of make decisions, not wholly based off of that, but we definitely take that into consideration in terms of like, seeing GAT or other agents.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were losing it when they saw GAT coming in. And I was kind of like, yes. Can we expect to see more characters from other universes possibly coming?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
We would never say
The best word, possibly.
Possibly.
That's all you need to hold on to hope.
It's better than a hard no.
Absolutely.
It's better than a hard no for sure. You have anything?
No, man, that's it.
I think I feel quite gratified and happy. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And sharing everything you have to share about Agents of Mayhem. And Ryan, thank you very much again for joining.
My pleasure, bud.
Guys, Agents of Mayhem, be sure to check that game out, but we're going to be back with more here on PlayStation Live from E3, so make sure you stay tuned.
PlayStation